the battle for the lead of leg 7 has come down to Bauer Becking's Team Brunel and Charles Corderellia's Dongfeng race team. These two have 200 miles between them and third place. In 24 hours, the finish line in Itajaí will be crossed. Now, emotionally, the fleet, everybody at the Volvo Ocean Race, and the sailing community as a whole has had to come to terms with the loss of Sun Hung Kai Scallywag crew member John Fisher. And the miles of racing and the relentless conditions in the Southern Ocean have taken their toll on both the sailors and boats. And this leg is sure to go down in history as one of the toughest legs of the past editions. But the race and our teams continue to drive themselves onwards. Team Brunel and Dongfeng race team have been jostling for the lead, sometimes coming down to just 3 miles. And with the finish line coming up in 24 hours, we know it is going to be very close between those two. Behind them, it's the Dutch team, Team AkzoNobel in third place and looking very comfortable. A big gap behind them and Turn the Tide on Plastic. Then the overall race leaders, Mapfre, trying to find their way past Di Cafari. Now, those are the boats racing. Vestas 11th Hour Racing have retired and are in the Falkland Islands after dismasting a few days ago. And Sun Hung Kai Scallywag, after that incident in the Southern Ocean, they are making their way to the Chilean coast. So leg 7 has seen a little bit of everything, and now we look set to have a very much a nail-biting finish. Just before coming on air, we caught up with the onboard reporter, Martin Carusare, onboard Dongfeng race team, to get a lowdown on what the racing was like and what options they had in store.
Yeah, this night it was quite intense, so the plan was for sure to come back on Brunel, but yeah, we got like maximum 13 knots of wind. But we have to manage the boat because the boat is really tired, the people are tired, so Charles decided to attack, but not too much. Just at the moment, I know we can see Brunel, and they are really just on the leeward side, so everything is possible. There is still more than 24 hours of race, I guess, so keep fighting.
And how tight is this battle with Brunel? I mean, by what we've been seeing here in Race Control, the miles have been ticking down. It's getting very, very, very tight.
It came closer and closer, so I hope tomorrow we will be first and they will be behind the red boat. So, but yeah, in this condition we have to take care because everything can happen. You can do a mistake during peeling or put the wrong sail at the wrong moment. So you have to keep concentrate and stay focused until the arrival, even more when it's really strong wind like this.
Well, you mentioned the boat was tired and the crew were tired. Have there been any issues or fingers crossed everything good so far?
No, everything is good, but there is some new noise you didn't see the last week, so no, just small detail, but you know, it's a boat and it's a mechanic, so it's like a car. After long miles, yes, there is little damage, but no, hopefully there is no big problem, so the boat is still sailing fast as he can, so it's good. And you can see everybody is really, really exhausted now, and so yeah, they have to take care more.
Do you know who it is that's on deck at the moment getting hosed down by the waves? Which sailors are up there?
Alors, Charles is grinding, if I remember. Helming, it's Jackson Bottel, and then we have Marie Rioux and Jérémy Bayou. Well, Jérémy is driving, maybe. And then we have Jack and Marie.
And just one last question. We know that it's close at the moment between you and Team Brunel. We know that we're getting near to the finish line. Weather-wise, it still looks a little bit light off the coast. How are the crew feeling?
They are confident, you know. Brunel have done a pretty good leg, so if we have a chance to pass them, for sure we'll do it. But no, we have nothing to lose. There is a huge gap between the third on us, so we will try everything we can to finish in the first place, but we have nothing to lose.
Martin Courisseret, onboard reporter with Dongfeng Race Team, down below, sheltering from the worst of the conditions. Now, we had wanted to speak to Team Brunel, but they politely pointed out to us that they had a little bit on with the Chinese-French team breathing down their necks. So instead, let's go to another story here, because it's not just about first or indeed any of the podium positions. This is a double points leg, and that means that every position could be crucial in your assault on the overall scoreboard. Turn the Tide on Plastic have been waiting for their opportunity, their chance to shine, to see themselves moving up the overall scores. And a few days ago, we know that they had mast problems and had to throttle back. Now, Liz Wardley sent us an update.
It's been a stressful couple of days trying to figure out how to fix it, and we just went up and persevered. And at the beginning, I didn't think it was going to go because it wasn't moving, and then it moved like a tiny fraction of a turn, and we had to modify a spanner, and then I was scared the spanner was going to break, and once we got a few turns on, forcing it, it got quite soft, and we managed to wind it all the way in. You ready?
1, 2! 1, 2!
Oh!
A few days ago, we didn't think this was going to be possible. Now we're starboard jibe, we're full main, we're about to go masthead, and that means we could wiggle out this high pressure, and the race is back on. 1,000 miles to go, guys.
Turn the Tide on Plastic, fingers crossed, back up to full speed. And that'll be very good news for fans of Di Cafari's boat, because just behind them is the overall race leaders, Mapfre. Now, they were having problems with their mainsail earlier on. In fact, had to suspend racing for around 13 hours. Now they've got further challenges with light winds delaying their arrival to Itajaí.
So we did a couple of days with no main. Main's staying in one piece. We're not sheeting it on too hard, and the wind's not been too strong. So I would say we're at 95%. We provisioned for this leg for 19 days, and we're going to be just over 20. Unfortunately, in the Southern Ocean, we got a bit stuck into some of the snacks from later in the leg. So basically, we're running out. We're going to be all right, but we haven't got huge amounts of food. So I think there's going to be a few hungry people when we get to Brazil.
All the sailors in this fleet with their eyes fixed firmly on that finish line in Itajaí. It certainly can't come soon enough. But what are the challenges remaining? What does the weather hold in store? Let's take a look. As we wind the clock forward here, these are the current positions right now, with Team Brunel and Dongfeng Race Team closest to the finish line. But look what happens as we go forward. Downwind conditions, certainly for the first two. But behind them, Team AkzoNobel sees the breeze goes a little bit light. But then Turn the Tide on Plastic and Mapfre get stuck in a huge void of very light conditions. And this is going to see them pulling into the finish line days behind the leaders. Now then, the tracker is live, or at least it should be. If it's not live now, it certainly will be very soon. So you're going to be able to follow the boats all the way into the finish line, the final push here on leg 7. But we just wanted to take you to a little bit of a moment that happened some time ago. To do that, we're going to need to rewind the tracker here. It was Team AkzoNobel, Simeon Team Points team, had a little bit of a problem on board their boat, so they slowed right down to take a little bit of a look. This is what they found.
I noticed it when I wanted to light a fire for my dinner, that the water was squirting out on the cover plate of the keel box, which has water inside it because the top of the keel comes through the hole.
There was a massive plastic around the top, and it came off. I saw it in the endoscope, and it came off, but something must have jammed up in the drain hole.
Let's do a back down first, huh? And then you can always jump in.
I'm gonna get myself ready.
Yeah. Right.
This is the swimmer of the watch bag. It's got manual life jackets and flippers, snorkel mask, a rope, everything you'd need to go for a little swim. hopefully clear the keel. Looks like we've got a bit of an issue with it. And the wet box, meaning water's coming on board.
What gear you got? So you need dry suit, flippers.
It's got AIS in it, the manual life jacket obviously.
Yeah. And we can't actually keep sailing with it because it's not taking the water out, otherwise we'd end up with a lot of water in the hull. We're just going to tilt the boat fully on its side now. And just lower him over the side so he's attached to the boat at all times.
Alright, so I'm going to go down here, pull myself down to the keel, and then... How
much underwater is it?
not far, it's only just a metre.
Okay.
Alrighty, lower me down.
You come to send me in the right? Yep, give him slack. Give him slack.
Alright, I'm good to come up.
Clear?
Nothing there, we've broken the plate.
Broken the plate?
Yeah.
Thought that might be it. Okay, clear your arm. Okay, go up on Hellhead.
Plate.
Plate break. So we're going to have to just sail back 10 knots basically.
Well,
Let's think of something.
we've been sailing with this for a while now, full speed, so...
So just went down, checked the keel. There's two cover plates for the keel box, the wet box. The front half of our port one's just snapped off completely. So there's a gaping hole about that big in the bottom of our boat. It should be all sealed here, but our seals are broken on the internal hatch that holds that water out. So we're going to have to come up with a way to sail the boat that's not going to push water inside the boat, because that'll be a bit of a major.
Today we sanded the boat pretty hard, the J0. Had some bit of slamming, and probably because of the big speeds and some of the slamming, we broke part of the cover plate of the keel.
And that's probably blown the seal out a bit more, which has created a leak.
Exactly.
And the seal probably was working okay and moving.
Probably the thing that you felt, that was the plate breaking off.
No, that was plastic hanging. Okay.
Now we need to keep an eye on it and basically make maybe some reinforcements to just to be safe enough to arrive in ETJ and keep the boat sailing on 100%. An exciting moment here.
Replace that.
This is...
We could just cut it there and do it, eh?
Yeah.
And then you have to put a short bit on because they've done it before.
It's actually the level is a lot lower with the level.
Get this past.
Okay, there we go. Let's get her started. Not so much of a repair, but more of a reinforcement. We sealed it because of the pressure inside. The seal was blown out in between the bolts. So I think this is what brings us to ETJ safely, and otherwise I'll have to sit on top of it.
As always, having the ability to come up with those ingenious repairs when time is mattering, that is what makes a difference out here on Volvo Ocean Race. And that is everything that we've got time for in our show. Don't forget, the tracker is live. You can keep your eye on all the fleet as we push ever closer to the finish line at the end of leg 7. We are expecting the first 2 boats in around about 24 hours time. Then it's going to be Team AkzoNobel about a day and a half after that. And then we're going to see Turn the Tide on Plastic and overall race leaders Mafre battling it out to the finish over the weekend. We will see you tomorrow.